Welcome. I am Theodorah, and in this channel I talk about day-to-day experiences and offering insights on how to go by. Among the many topics I handle, I talk about personal development, grief and loss, support and awareness, career development, among others. Today I will be sharing on how to deal with grief as a student. Many of us have lost loved ones at different stages of our lives. It could be a parent, a best friend, a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, a neighbor. And in one way or the other, it deeply leaves us in pain. I have shared my grief journey in this channel right from when I was an 8-year-old and towards adulthood, and the different people that I have lost in my life and how I have been able to walk through that. Today, I will be sharing on how students can be able to walk through grief. While you are at school, death is something that will not wait for you or will not give you a warning when it comes by. And while at school and you're faced with death, you experience the pressures of keeping up with academic excellence, yet you have a part of you that is deeply wounded. And balancing the two can be so difficult that in most cases or sometimes you find that your academic performance drops or you are mentally distressed. I, for one, lost my grandmother when I was in secondary school. My grandmother was a very instrumental part of my life. She raised me, she nurtured me, she guided me. Her loss left a very big blow in my life. At the time that she passed on, I remember it was a Saturday. I think that day I had just come out of a mathematics exam. And then I had to go back and bury my grandmother. And after the burial, I had to come back to school and continue with the school schedule. It was hard, it was difficult. I did not have a period where I could be able to process my grief, but then it was a moment that after burial, I had to continue with school. So as a student, I understand how difficult it can be to navigate grief. Today, I'll be sharing with you a few ideas that can help you gather yourself as you are grieving. Keep it in mind that everyone grieves in a different way, and these are some ideas that I share with you that can be of help in your grief journey as you find the best ways that can help you walk through your grief. The first point that I could see that is very essential when you're grieving is acknowledging your feelings or coming to a point of acceptance, acknowledging the loss and the passing on of your loved one, that indeed they have passed on. And with this, you may experience different kinds of emotions: pain, anger, sadness, irritability. Many emotions may come up as you're trying to walk through grief. Acknowledge the different feelings that you're going through them. Some of the ways that you can express these feelings in a way that is healthy and will not harm you or those around you. For me, it was journaling. Journaling is a very good way. What do I mean by journaling? It is to get a notebook and write down how you're feeling in a specific day. It helped me a lot in my grief journey. I would write how I was feeling, and I would also write everything else that I needed to say to my loved one who had passed on and I couldn't. Journaling is a safe space or a safe place where you write and no one will judge you. Where you write when you're not yet, where you can pour out your emotions and feelings when you're not yet ready to speak to someone, or if you do not have a place or where to share your feelings freely. And the second one, to seek support. Seeking support can be from your friends, can be from a therapist if you can afford, someone you can share your pains, your sorrows, and your struggles with, and they can be able to give you a comforting shoulder or give you advice on how to go by. Or just someone who will be there for you when you need them to be there. The third one, establish a routine that you follow. With grief, it disrupts your normal way of life. And with this disruption, it can make you stay behind assignments. So establishing a routine or things that you follow to help you get by is very good. For instance, when do you want to study? When do you like to do exercise? Or what are the common things that you do? And then you put them in a schedule that you do one after the other, so that it gives you a feeling of normal, of harmony in your life. The fourth one is engage in physical activity. The physical activity can be in different forms. It can be engaging in sports or doing exercises, physical body exercises. It could also be as simple as taking a walk in nature or just a walk around wherever you are to clear your mind. The fifth would be to stay away from alcohol consumption, harmful drugs or substances. Grief brings a lot of overwhelming feelings, and alcohol or other substances could be tempting to take. These offer temporary relief and come with heavy negative burdens on your body and life in general. So I would advise that you stay away from alcohol or different substances, for they only ruin your life and they do not offer long-term benefits. The sixth one would be to stay active. Keep yourself occupied. Volunteer to do other small activities here and there. These can help shift your focus away from grief and also give you a new purpose or sense of living. The other one could also be expressing yourself in a creative way. It could be through art if you're good at drawing or painting. It could also be through music if you're good at singing. Sing your heart out and sing the grief out and sing into healing. I am not so good at painting or drawing, but in the moments when I was at school and I was going through grief, doodling was a very good part of my healing journey. I would doodle, and after doodling, I would feel relief. It's like every time I held that pen and made different kinds of, I don't know how they call them, they cannot be images, but illustrations that came up, I found a sense of peace and calm. You could find things that help you express yourself. It could be in poetry, it could be in writing, it could be in singing, as I mentioned earlier on, it could be in dancing. Do that. And as you do that, you find healing. I'd also suggest prayer. As a Christian, prayer helped me a lot in my grief journey. It helped me to let go of the resentment and the pain that had come as a result of grief. It helped me see life in a new way. It helped me coexist with grief. Prayer helps relax you, calm you, give you a new perspective about life, help you overcome the bitterness, the pain, the anger, and the void that your loved one has left. And in general, as you're walking through the grief journey, you'll get to discover the things that help you and are unique to you, that support you in your grief journey. These are suggestions from my own journey. And I also want to say that it's not the blueprint, and everyone's grief journey is unique. You'll find that certain things that have helped me walk through grief may be totally different from what helps you as you walk through your grief journey. This is a place where you can start. You can start with this as you get to discover what are the things that help you to walk through grief. I know and understand it is a very hard and difficult moment, but I want you not to lose hope. There is hope, and with time, you will find healing. You'll be in a safe and happy place that you get to understand, and you get to see grief from a new lens, that the grief that you're going through now will shape and birth out something wonderful if you look at it from that perspective. Grief can also make you, and grief can also destroy you. I know it's a difficult time, but I know and believe that it is possible to heal. Kindly share with me any of the things that you are doing in your grief journey that is helping you, that I can also learn. And if there are some of them that I've listed here that you have used, please let me know. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you next time.